Hey folks, it's Man once again, and I figure as I'm sitting here, I might as well review. A nice guy named Michael Escobar sent this to me, but I already had it on DVD. But he has sent me the Blu-ray of this film. As above, so below. The only way out is down. And I realized I had never reviewed this film, so I figured why not? I mean, I don't really have any plans for October, for those wondering. I just, you know, probably did a video about that, but wanted to talk about this. Because I enjoy this movie. You know, watching it again, when I saw it the first time, I really enjoyed it, and watching it again, I really enjoyed it. I think it's a bit underrated. I know that I'm going to get some people who go, this movie's a piece of shit, why you liked it so much? If you hate it, fine. I'm not going to change your mind, but you're not changing my mind either. It's a found footage type of movie, but there are those in that category that I do enjoy. The Tunnel. I love The Tunnel. The Blair Witch Project. I really enjoy that. This is up there. It's one of my favorites. Because I like the story. I love the location. I love that it's sort of an adventure film. I love the ideas put into it. Original? No. But I like the ideas. And it doesn't end like most found footage films. It ends differently. Everyone doesn't die. It's not a depressing ending. There are people who live. I like that. I like the setup of the film, where you have this woman who is kind of like Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Her father has passed away, and she wants to continue the work that he had begun and look for the Philosopher's Stone. So she sneaks into this cave at the beginning of the film and finds this statue, and she's not supposed to be there. If she's there, she'll be caught and possibly killed. She takes some pictures of it, escapes while the whole caves are blowing up. She barely escapes from it. Yeah, this cameraman following her, telling her story. She is in Paris. Sorry. Gets to a friend. The guy's name... The girl's name is Perdita Weeks, and the guy's name is, I believe, Ben Feldman. Who they knew each other, and he's like, hey, don't trust this girl. I was in, I believe, Turkey, and I was left behind, left in a Turkish prison, and I don't want anything to do with you. And I liked his character, the guy. I liked it. I thought he did a good job, because he has an interesting character trait where what he does is he sneaks into bells that are broken, and he fixes them up. Yeah, George, Starlight's old love interest. She was more focused on her work than on the relationship. But she wants him because he has a knowledge of certain languages. And the guy that they're with, Edwin Hodge, is Benji, who is the cameraman. But what's nice about Ben Feldman's character George is, again, he's sneaking in the fixed bells, which is an interesting idea. That there was maybe a past relationship, and he wants nothing to do with this. And then she sort of gets him to do it. They look at this tablet, and it's sort of that National Treasure, Indiana Jones, that's sort of finding clues, trying to get into it. They flip this tablet over, and I think it's a cool idea where they have this flame that sort of goes over. And yeah, a little bit of CGI, but I can understand because it's hard to, how do you make words suddenly appear on a stone? But I like the idea behind it. It gives them some information. Well, they lease another, and they realize they have to go into the catacombs underneath Paris, which is a real thing. Where under Paris, there's pretty much a gigantic cemetery. Catacombs with all of these bones. Maze of tunnels where you see bones and skulls all over. And I thought, wow, that's a really cool location to shoot on. I'm surprised no one's tried before. Maybe there was that one piece of shit movie called Catacombs, that's a terrible fucking flick. That's a bad movie. And pretty much they did a couple photos to get these three people. One of them, the name's Pap, and he likes to graffiti his name to show that he was there. There's a girl that he's with, and then this other guy. And pretty much they delve into the tunnels. And maybe what people don't like about the film is that for a good chunk of the flick, it's not really a horror film. It turns into a horror film in the third act. But that's why I like them exploring the tunnels, trying to find clues, how they get to A and B and C. They see like these weird people who are praying, who stay underground. Uh, People leading them say, no, we don't want to go in there. We had a friend who went in there who knew these tunnels and he never came back. So they have to go through this little patch with all these bones underneath, and the cameraman's pissed off about that. But when they go through, they're back where they started. And they're like, what the hell's going on? Their mind, this thing's playing tricks with their head. So, and later on, it then plays tricks on their fear. So you get a little bit of Event Horizon or those kind of movies where it knows your fear, playing tricks on you. So I'm not saying it's original, but I liked it. I thought it was effectively done by the directors. And I want to get the name of the directors. John Erick Dowdle. Dowdle. Did Quarantine, which I did not like. I think this is a much better movie than Quarantine. It definitely has a much better ending. Poughkeepsie Tapes, which was never released. Devil, which I was not a big fan of. I think it's a much better movie than Devil. And then the new film No Escape with Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan. Nothing to do with the Ray Liotta film. But then strange things starts happening. They're walking, and when one falls in this puddle of water, then the noise is playing with them, and there's like this weird sound where people you barely hear, and this sort of dull echo. It's hard to explain, but it's like even the whole area is fucked with sound itself. When they're pounding on something, you can barely hear anything, and then it's like you as the viewer realizing that as well. A phone starts ringing, and like the main character, you find out later that she didn't pick up a phone, that her dad called, and her dad hung himself. That's why when we watching the film again at the beginning, when she sees a guy hanging there and then turns and looks and he's gone, it's like, what the fuck's that? It's because, well, this key thing that she found, the statue, it leads into fucking with their heads. Fucking with her head at the beginning of the film, and it just much more apparent in these tunnels. And like they go into one place and they see a guy who has like a Holy Grail type of outfit, but he's pretty preserved. It's funny when I saw that scene in a minute, I thought Indiana Jones was going to come in and the guy would pop up and go, "You have chosen poorly." Or turn off the lights, find this glow of light. They go under the water. They find all this treasure, but also that's the thing. There's not many found footage movies I could think of that are adventure films where they're, oh, we're in this place. Oh, we gotta take this one specific stone, and we gotta figure this out. And if we don't, the whole place don't cave in. So I like this as an adventure movie. Throughout a very cool location. And I thought the acting was fine. I mean, the lead girl, once in a while she got a little bit on my nerves, but overall I thought she did fine. I really liked this other guy, George. I liked him, and I thought the rest did perfectly fine. This is the cameraman guy. I thought they were perfectly fine. I'll probably say I like the Tunnel and Blair Witch Project more, but for all the hate that this got from critics, and I know from people in the comment section, I can already see it. It's still not don't change my mind. I don't really get the big hate for it. I thought I did something different with the found footage genre. It didn't end the same way. Yeah, I've said this many times already, I like the location. And find the Philosopher's Stone. And then they realize, oh my god, it's a trap for the treasure. It cave in. And then I like that it's sort of the Alice in Wonderland going down more and more down the rabbit hole where throughout it, they have to keep going down. And, like, it's almost as if they entered another dimension where things are backwards. Like, they're in a room, and when they get another room, everything's backwards. This picture that they saw previously is upside down. And just weird stuff starts happening. This guy that they had found down there, which the people brought them, oh, that's our friend who was missing, grabs the not the lead girl, but the other girl, just slams her head down hard into the pavement, and just really good practical makeup effects. And before that, she was hurt on the leg, and you found out this philosopher's stone can actually heal, so it was a really bad cut. And when she put some of the flakes of the stone and put it down there, it healed it perfectly fine. I like the way they did that, where it looked bad, and then she put her hand on it, and then it was perfectly fine. I like that. I like the idea. Like, wow, okay, this is something cool. This is something. It's not just for riches and glory. This is something that, imagine what that could do to really heal people. Blair on doesn't matter. She gets her head smashed to shit, and then it's too late. She's dead. The stone won't do anything. The cameraman guy who was freaking out about when they saw, because throughout the film, from his point of view, he keeps seeing this woman, this creepy woman, and they see her with this cult praying. And so that's the fear that he plays when he's getting stuck in the bones when they're going through. He's like, why the fuck are they seeing him? I'm stuck. And you just picture yourself in that situation. Man, that'd be sucked too, being stuck and there's like a bunch of bones underneath you. So I had to see myself in that situation. And then later on, when he's going down, when they have to go down further down this hole, we see the woman in the back, and then it cuts to the group of people, and all of a sudden his body just falls right down, and you assume what happened. And I thought that worked effectively. This guy, George, you find out that he was claustrophobic. He didn't want to be in there. He was sort of forced to go in there. And the reason he doesn't like caves is because his brother was killed, was drowned, and he tried to do for help, but he got lost. And by the time he was able to get there, his brother was dead. So it's a really nice shot where they're going through tunnels, and there's like a little patch of water, and he looks down, and there's his brother coming up from above, sort of pounding on it. He's like trying to get to his brother. He's like, no, he's not there. He's not there. So the way that was done, I thought looked pretty cool. There's another guy who leads him on. He has these burns you see early on. Like, what's the deal with the burns? And one of the buddies says, oh, don't ask him about it. And then as they're walking, they see this car on fire. Like, what the hell is this doing here? And the guy goes, and you see a person in the fire looking at him. And the guy goes, oh, it wasn't my fault. And he gets sucked in. And then the whole car, if you remember the ending of Poltergeist where the house, imagine that, but the car, and when it's gone, it's just the guy's legs hanging from the dirt. And it's like, wow, that's pretty fucked up, and that was kind of interesting. So by this point, it's only the girl, this guy George, and then the other guy who's with the people bringing them in. And they see seeing these weird things where this figure in a cloak, almost like if he was a Grim Reaper type of character, and there's like these figures on the wall that comes up and bites George in the neck, and she realizes she has to go back and in order to help save him, to put that stone back. She does, and I like that. What's fun is that these mummified corpses come up, and she just bitch smacks them. So that made me chuckle and smile because, you know, yeah, someone's beating the fuck out of these things. Cool. Some bit of action. It's not, oh, I'm just gonna die. It's like, fuck you, get out of my way. And then while she's going, there's this tunnel of blood, and she's actually being pulled into, that's the scene there, but it's much more red. She's pulled into this pool of blood. She escapes from it. And then she puts the thing back, and she's like, well, come on, why isn't it working? And this isn't the real stone. Why isn't it working? And then again, I like the sort of that adventure part of it, kind of Indiana Jones type, where she sees something else and she brushes off, and it's a mirror. And the whole inscription about the stone that's hidden is that once it's done, it's hidden inside yourself. That's what this thing, when she wipes off, is a mirror looking back at her. Then she runs back, bitch smacks some more zombie types, and able to put her hand over the guy's neck and heal it. And even they're supposed to escape, and it's like, what do we do? We have to... Even the whole title itself, as above, so below, whatever I bring into it myself is what will be here. Because like when she's going back, she sees her father, Hun, and she apologizes and lets her deal go, and then the guy disappears. So, I mean, the aspects of the story, I really like those aspects. I love the story that's being told, is what I'm getting at. Even then, it's like, here's this big hole, we gotta jump through. What are you talking about? We'll die. No, when we jump through, we gotta have, I forget the certain wordage, forgive our transgressions, what we did, stolen, we give them back, and atone for it. And when they jump through, they don't die, they're okay. It's like, wait a minute, we're stuck in this thing. But remember when I said earlier that everything looked reversed or upside down? And so they have to go down to go up? Well, this is it. The only way out is down. And they see a manhole on the ground, and they're trying to lift it. They can't, but they push it down. So imagine it down here. They go down, and when they go down, they actually are going up onto the surface. I thought that was such a cool idea. Like, they're actually going down the manhole, and as they go down, they're actually going up onto the surface. And the three of them get out of there, and they hug, and it's, there's no sequel bait ending. There's no downbeat ending. And that's as above, so below. I like the story. I like the ideas put in there. I thought the acting was capable. The film was pretty short. It was 90 minutes, give or take. Again, about 90 minutes total. Was not long at all. I love the location that they used in Paris, the catacombs. I love the adventure aspect, and then the horror aspect that went in, preying on their fears. I like that. I really don't see anything wrong with As Above, So Below. I really enjoyed this flick. I don't really get the bad rap. I mean, especially when you compare to Paranormal Fucktivity, what does those films bring? Oh, I'm alone in a fucking house, and oh shit, the fucking pool cleaner is moving, and then oh shit, in the last 2 minutes, a girl comes in and breaks my neck, and then steals a kid for her orgy. Oh fuck, now let's get to the next Paranormal Fucktivity. Oh shit. This is actually an adventure aspect with clues and tunnels and secret doors that open and treasure and get out, and a little bit of tiny bit of philosophy, and we gotta go down to go up, and oh, she's bitch smacking zombies, and oh, the stone that can heal people and be perfectly fine, and being drugged under this pool of blood, and this car on fire, that why is it down there, and it sucks a guy in, and it closes in on itself, and but yeah, Paranormal Fucktivity makes all that money, and this didn't make any money. This didn't make any money. Well, maybe it made a little bit. It didn't make that much money though, I don't think. Now I gotta look it up. But it gets a 6.1, which is fair enough. I would put it higher. It made $21 million in North America. Let's see, it says North America, but yeah, 21 million in the U.S. But I look at all these other found footage movies, like Paranormal Activity films. Even Part 4, which I did not bother to see, made 50. Devil Inside My Asshole made 53 million. That M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong flick, The Visit, which I haven't seen, I have no interest in. My friend Michael Keane, I was talking to him on Facebook. That's like the first film in a long time that he was pissed off about. He's like, how was it? He's like, this movie fucking sucked. This was a piece of shit. I'm like, wow, please do a review. I hope he does, because it's rare that Michael Keane gets pissed off about that. I'm like, this is a much better... I can guarantee that fucking movie, which I heard, oh, a fucking old guy throws a dirty diaper at a kid's face. Great one, M. Night. Shimmy. Shimmy Shupa. This is a lot better. But if people hate it, that's fine. I just don't understand it. I never will. A journey into madness and terror, as above so below, reaches deep into the human psyche to reveal the personal demons that come back to haunt us all. A team of explorers ventures into the uncharted maze of bones that uncover the dark secret that lies within this city of the dead. I like that idea. I thought it was accomplished very well. This is my opinion. I think it's an underrated movie, like The Tunnel. I put in my top 3 favorite of those found footage movies. You know, The Tunnel, this film, Blair Witch Project. I put it up there with the top 3. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. But anyway, I've seen a lot of found footage movies. I even have a playlist of found footage horror movies. And I think this is one of the best ones. But yeah, that's just my opinion. It's one of my favorites. I'll put that. Just whether it's the best or not, it's all subjective. It's one of my favorites, hands down. So I figure, why not give it some due? Again, I like the philosophy. I like the ideas behind it. The going down, the go up, especially by that manhole at the end. I'm like, wow, that's a cool idea. I've never seen that part before. And again, I thought the acting was pretty capable. And again, we've seen a lot of movies that deal with, it deals with your personal demons, but I thought it was done well. Again, that's just my opinion. But either way, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.